Musical, musical, musical tutorials. Welcome to Musical Crafts with Miss Juliet Tutorials. Today's tutorial are floral centerpieces. And I started making these with a flower, for Christmas time. I started making these, but it doesn't have to just be for Christmas. You can have them for any type of flower. But this one here is of, you can have a flower at the top and a flower at the bottom. You can have a large centerpiece, a small centerpiece, or you can have them a small and a large side by side. Now I do have a couple of others, and these are very fragile. This one is a large one. It's got an LED. It's best to turn the opening so you can see the flower, but I didn't choose a particularly good flower for, I mean, it's, you can see it, sitting with your friends. It looks very nice, and it's got an LED light in the middle. But with this one, it's a little difficult to see. But with the smaller flower, I've got, turn it like that, and you put the LED light in the middle. It's flickering. There we go. There's the LED light. And you put it in the middle. It makes a very nice centerpiece. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Floral centerpieces. Now the supplies you're going to need is a low temperature glue gun. And I'm going to go ahead and plug this in so it could start getting heated up. And I would suggest for they have high temp and low temp. So please be careful. I am not responsible if anyone gets burned. I'm sorry, but I am not responsible. I suggest it should be at least 12-year-olds with supervision. And make sure you have a paper to put underneath it, so when the glue may start dripping, it will drip on the paper and not your furniture. So the supplies that we're going to need: a low temperature glue gun, and you're going to need glue sticks. They come in a package. My niece bought me a ubukus of glue sticks, and this package is almost done. It's got about it. She got me a package. It's got at least 4 to 6 of these, and I'm so grateful for that. But this is what the glue stick looks like for this particular type of glue gun. So you're going to need paper to for your a drip paper, I'll call it. Your a low temperature glue gun, glue sticks, silk flowers, whatever flower of your choice, silk flowers, a bleach bottle. Yes, we are going to turn this trash into a treasure. You saw what these centerpieces look like. I give God the glory because He gives me these ideas. I can't think of them myself, but He gives me these ideas. And I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. Okay, so let's see. Bleach bottle. You're going to need lace. This is flat lace, and this one is ruffled lace. I love the ruffled lace. I'm going to show you that later on. I did start making one with the ruffled lace, so we'll go over that later. But the flat lace works just as good. And you're going to need spulo ribbon, because that's going to go down your center. And let's see, you're going to need a cup of water. In case the glue gets on your finger, just stick your finger in the water to kind of cool it down because the glue gets hot. Yes, I be very careful. I still sometimes get burned also. Um, the napkin is for after you dip your finger, you could dry it off. So I'm saying be careful. I'm not responsible. I'm sorry. I scissors. You're gonna need scissors so you can cut your bleach bottle. But be careful, and even being careful, that's the risk we take when we're using a glue gun, but it helps to hold certain projects that you make. It works better with the glue gun. If you've seen my educational programs, I use tacky glue. But this needs tacky glue is good for most projects, but for this particular project, we need the glue gun. So we're going to get started. Oh, today's music, we're going to listen to music. The reason I play the classical music is because it's good. Classical music is good for your brain. It's good for brain activity that keeps us sane. It's good to lower high blood pressure. If you are excited, it helps to calm you down. Now we're going to listen to Beethoven, Ludwig van Beethoven, and we're just going to listen to a variety of his music. Um, for Elise, uh, Symphony Number 5, which is also Opera 67, Sonata Pathétique, Moonlight Sonata, Moonlight Sonata number 2, Moonlight Sonata number 3. And Beethoven is a composer. He wrote lots and lots of music. He plays piano and he's a masterpiece. And this masterpiece we're going to start with is for Elise. Okay, my glue gun is hot. We're going to start by first taking the paper off. I'm going from the very start to the very end. I take the paper off. Some paper is harder than others to take off. Okay. Now, what I do, I open my scissors and there's a line here at the top where the bleach bottle is. And I stick my scissors into that. And it wants to be difficult because I'm demonstrating. Okay. And I just cut. I cut along that line as close as I can. Now, you should try as much as possible to make sure all the bleach is out of your bottle. And it may still be a little bit inside your bottle. And you may want to rinse your bottle also with water. Once it's empty, rinse your bottle with water. And that way you can make sure you bleach, all the bleach is out. Okay. Then, where that paper was, there's probably a lot of glue there. So, just in case, make sure your bottle is dry, even if it's just water. You want to dry inside your bottle also with your napkin. So cut along where that glue is. Cut straight down. And then there's another line at the bottom. And it may be a little difficult to cut way down there, but get down there and might have to pull your scissors a little bit forward. And then cut along that line towards the bottom. And I just discard the top and the bottom. Now you may need a ruler to make lines so you can cut straight. I don't use a ruler, but you can. Now the bottle is still a little wet, so I'm going to dry. I'm turning the music down just a bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that where the paper was, that glue part. I'm cutting that off, and I'm going to discard that too. Be careful while you're cutting. Now, the edge, usually the top edge isn't, where I first cut, it's kind of crooked and everything, so I usually cut that part off. So I'll have a straight there we go, lines. Okay. Now, usually, you can make probably 6 strips. So I'm going to cut my strips. Like I said, I don't use a ruler, but you can. I would suggest that you would do it on the outside because that's where you're going to be gluing everything. So your markings won't show up on your craft. You don't want to see lines on the inside. You don't want to be seeing the lines on the insides of your, so if you're going to do or use a ruler, roll it out and put it on the top part. Okay, so that's one. Now I'm not going to cut all of these. I'm just going to demonstrate how I cut, and I cut strips. So you're going to need 2 strips. You're going to need 2 strips, but you're going to need a base also. So cut your strips. So I'll say you'll need at least 3 strips because you're going to need a base. You won't need as much for the base. That's for it to stand. Okay, put that aside. Okay, now for the base, you're going to need 2 also. So I'd say if you measure your finger, each line on your finger is an inch long. So I'll say measure it a finger length. And after you make that first one, then measure it against that. Put that right on top so you can measure it. Now be careful cutting that your fingers don't get in the way. Okay, so there's your 2. Okay. So you've got your 2 strips. And they should already be even. And you got your base. Now, you're going to put one on top of the other. So the first thing you're going to do is take your glue gun and you're going to put, and see it's already dripping. This is good and hot. So you're going to put a little more than just a dab. It's hard to see. So I'd say a little smaller than a dime size, and then take the other end and put it on top. And I usually blow it because it is hot. I set it aside, and then I do the other one, almost a dime size, and put it on top. Put the other end on top. Now they should be the same size. Then you want to put it inside the other, but you're going to glue it. So you're going to glue the two parts that you just glued, you're going to put right on top of each other. So first you're going to what I did was slide it across. Now I'm holding it with my thumb because I'm going to put the glue right there. And it can even overlap that glue part that you glued. And make sure your glue gun is on top of your paper. And then put that glued part on top. I'm blowing it because it's really hot. I want it to dry. Because now you got to glue the bottom part. Now if you were to touch it, you could feel it is really hot. So you will not be able to keep your hand there because it is hot. Now, it's a little hard to see, but you want to make sure that it's even all the way around. And what I do is I make sure the front and the back is right in front and it looks even. And then I turn it the other way and it looks a little lopsided. So I'm going to slide that bottom. But you still have to make sure where it is because you still have to glue that part. So what I do is I move it a little bit to the side so I could put a dot of glue there. And it could be smaller than a dime. And then I lift it and then put it there. Place it there. And it should look like an X. If you're holding it in front of you, it should look like an X in front of you. So that way you could tell that it's basically, and then turn it again. It should look like an X or a cross, whichever, and it should look even. Okay. Now, you're going to put that aside. Then you take your two little pieces, and now it's folded downward. Let me see if I can. Okay, see? Now you're going to put the other one on top. So it's going to look like a cross or a T. Okay, so you're going to put the glue in the middle. Put a dot of glue in the middle. And then you're going to place it on top so it should look like an X. And you want to make sure that it's even. It should look like a cross or an X, depending on how you're holding it. It looks even to me. Okay. All right. And then you put it down. So those curves should be downward. And then you're going to take, now this is the top part where I've got both of them glued together. I leave that part on top. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is put a dot of glue and put this on top. Put a dot of glue on the base. Put a dot of glue on the base. and set this on top where it should look even, where I've got it even, and it's on there, but you want to make sure it stays evenly across. Now, what I do is I secure it even more. I put a little glue in between where they're connected. A line of glue in between where they are connected. So in between. Okay. Then I also put a line of glue where where they meet right here. I'll put it in between there also on both sides. And it should be standing. Now you're going to see strings of glue. It's going to look like hairs. That's the glue. Okay. That's the glue. And it's okay. Sometimes they're all not going to be perfectly perfect. It's your creation. Uh, Sometimes I have to, you know, take it a loose if it looks like it's not even. It looks like it's even right now. Okay. So we're going to blow and wait a few minutes while it's drying. Now I chose yellow. This is yellow flat lace. Now you can get lace. They have lace that's, this I got at Hobby Lobby, and this 3 yards. You are going to need no less than 3 yards, especially if it's a small one. But um, depending on how many you're going to make, I say 3 to 6 yards just to make sure you have enough. Now, usually it lets you know how many is on a spool. You can buy some, like at Hobby Lobby, they have some where they measure and you buy it by the yard. Um, this I ordered online, and um, I believe this is a 10 yards. I believe this is 10 yards. But you can order online. You can go to um, Joann's Fabrics and Crafts. They have lace. Hobby Lobby has lace. You may find some at Walmart. They used to have lots of at Walmart, but they don't have it like they used to. So, but you can take a look. But I really like the ruffled. Um, that's where it looks like it's. Well, let me take it out where you can see it better. This is the ruffled, and this is the flat. That's flat. Okay, and this is the ruffled. Maybe you can see the difference here. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to show you the ruffled later, but right now we're going to start with the the flat. And what I do is the cross where I start where the cross is. It's hard to see what I'm talking about because it's hard to see it. But um, I start in the middle. In the middle because I'm going to have lace on the right side and on the left side, because then we're going to have the spool of ribbon going to go down the middle. So I'm going to start at the top here. And I usually I'd say to start with, you know, maybe an inch. And my glue gun just fell. It's supposed to stand, but I didn't secure it very good standing. So sometimes it'll fall, but be careful when you're picking it up. And I've got a glue stick ready because it looks like I'm going to have to load it pretty soon. So you watch your glue gun because sometimes it gets very tricky. So anyway, make sure you hold your glue, hold your, closer, lace back, and then draw your line, put your glue gun down, and once you get used to it, you may not have to put it down. You have to adjust how it's comfortable for you. Okay, and once that's glued, and you're going to get glue on your hands, you are going to get glue on your hands. You just can't get around it because that's the project. And what I do, I try to hold it down a little and then start back up where I the last bit of glue was and go all the way down. Now you don't want to do too much because you don't want it to dry before you can get your glue in place. Now this is a little tricky trying to get it underneath in between there. So I go all the way, I take the glue and go all the way down to the bottom, to the center, and I try to just bend that glue where it's down there. Now you can use your glue gun and push it down also. All right, and then you lift your lace up so you can get on that base because now you got to cover the base. So you go all the way back as far as you can go and go to the very end and put that lace down. And again, like I said, use your glue gun to push it back. Okay, now you're going to the bottom of the base. Move that lace back so you can, and you got to hold it there so it won't lose its place. Make sure that glue is secure, so you want to hold it there. And then you go down halfway and then put that, and you're going to have to touch it. If you got fingernails, good. And then you go to pull that lace back and do the other half. Now remember, you're going to do one half at a time all the way around. Okay. Now you want to go on top. That didn't do right, so I got to move it over a little bit. Okay. It's still good though. It's still wet. All right. Now you got to unravel your lace. And now I'm going on the top part of the base that I just did and going all the way back to the circle there. Take your lace all the way back. Try to bend it as much as you can and push that down with your glue gun. Now you got to lift. Now some of the glue is already getting, so you're going to find you're getting that glue off. It's going to be hanging from your hands and your fingernails. Now you got to put some more glue on the circle part now. Go all the way to the back and bring it forward. And now your glue gun may not always stand like you want it. I placed it down like that this time. Okay. Now, my glue stick is going down. So I've got a glue stick ready to load on top there. Now I'm going to pull my lace back so I can put some more glue. And you're going to go all the way around, go down. I wouldn't go too far, not more than 2 inches, because you want to make sure that glue doesn't dry before you get it. Okay. Well, once you get used to it, the length that you do, but starting out, I'd say not more than an inch. Okay. And then you're going to go across the top. Now you should be getting to the part at the top where you glued them together. So you're going to overlap. In fact, you're going to overlap. You want to measure it before you glue it. So I'm going to go over just a little bit. This is where my lace starts right here. It's hard to see it, but then I'm going to go over it. So I'm going to cut a little bit over where it started. Okay. So then I'm going to glue across where my, on top of the, on the lace, and my glue stick is getting ready to connect with the gun. Okay, now at the very tip, you want to put some of that glue to make sure that it sticks. You press it down with your glue gun. Okay. Now, you're going to do the other side. Excuse me. Sweating. It's hot. Okay. Now you're going to go on the other side. And you're going to put a dot of glue in the middle and go down. And put that glue right on top. Pull your lace back. And go on top. And we pull the lace back. Go on top. And you're going to keep going around. Glue gun, go in that little curve there. Pull your lace back and put that glue all the way to the end there of the base and put that lace on top. And make sure you push it down with your, because you want it to stay inside that little groove there. Now you're going to go to the bottom part of the base. And you're going to make sure you tap that glue on, that lace on top of that glue. And then you're going to go to the center there. You're just doing the other side of the base, going to the center here. And you're going to use your glue gun to push it all the way down. And then you're going to pull your lace back and put some more glue. And you're going to keep repeating. Push that glue, that lace with your glue gun all the way in that crevice of the base. Okay. My lace is falling. And you're going to go across. Now you should be getting to the top. So measure, make sure you go over, past where you started, cut, put some more glue. And then you want to make sure you have some glue at the very end. Now with the flat, you can go right on top with the ruffled. You can't go right on top. I'll show you why in a little while. Right now we're gonna do the other side. You can go right on top, starting in the middle and going down. Okay, go down. Beautiful, beautiful. Masterpiece. Okay, now we're going inside that crevice now. So you put your glue all the way, go all the way down to that circle, and take your lace all the way in that crevice and push it in with your glue gun. And then put some glue on top of that base. And bring it down. Go all the way across. I did halfway across on top of that lace. And then I'm going to go all the way on top of the lace, all the way to the end. And I'm tapping it with my fingernail. Okay, now we're going to go on top of the base. And like I said, push it in with your glue gun. Now, you got to make sure it's only halfway. It's trying to cover the whole thing. But I don't want it to cover the whole thing. Just halfway. Okay. Grab your base. And put some more glue. Just a little bit, because you got to make sure it stays in that crevice. It's trying to come out of that crevice there. The base, keep it in that base. Okay. Now go put your glue, some more glue, and cover. Go all the way across. Almost finished with this one. Okay. Now we're at the end, so let me put my glue on the end here. Okay, now I'm turning it around so I can do the other side. We're almost done. Now, put your glue. We're going to soon need another glue stick. Then I'm going to show you how to do the flowers, how to get the flowers ready. And Keep going all the way down. I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to do the ruffled one. I've already started it. I've already started the ruffled one. So when you're finished, you're going to find that you're going to have to take some of the, you'll see there's little lines of glue hanging here and there. So you will find yourself taking that glue off and getting it off your fingers, but it's worth it once you see the beauty that you have created. Now, if you want something and you don't have time, I can take orders to make some for you. Just send me, um, email me at musicalcraftswithmissjuliet@gmail.com and let me know what you want. We can, you know, we could discuss it and get colors together, the colors that you want. If you want just the two flowers, one on top and one on the inside, or if you want with the LED lights, or you may have a special birthday or anniversary, a special occasion, holidays coming up, and you want to place an order, please let me know. I'd be happy to make it for you. Okay, okay, now we're at the very end. Cut that. And these are I mean, if you want for fundraisers, these make good fundraisers also. This is a good fundraiser idea. Because they make beautiful centerpieces and people would love to, purchase them for fundraisers. So you just let me know. Okay, now once you finish, you're going to see glue hanging in a variety of different places. And so you just, pull them off. And then you got it on your fingers. So I pulled them off and I rolled it all into a ball, set it aside, and then put it in the trash. So anyway, set it aside. Now, to get the flowers ready, I'm sorry, I just can't work with all this glue on my fingers like this. Now, for the silk flowers, all you have to do is pull them off. We're just going to pull them off the stem. Okay, we're just going to do two for here. And this long stem right here, I cut it all the way down to the base. I cut, oops, sorry, little, I need a little centerpiece. I cut it all the way to the base, both of them. All the flowers that you're going to use, you're going to cut that little piece. I'm trying to see how you can see it. That little piece, you cut it off to the base so it looks flat. And then you put glue because it will come apart. So you want to put that glue there before you glue it on. I always secure it before I glue it on, because the flower will come apart. And I need another glue stick. Load it in there. Okay. Now you're going to need a flower on the top and a flower in the middle. So I put it all the way on top and all the way around. My glue stick is trying to connect all the way around. Because when I put it on the top, I press the flowers down too. And I hold it for a few minutes. Trying to see what it looks like. Push it all the way down in the center. Press it down. Oh, sorry. Press it down in the center. And then you take your other flower and you put it on the top and all the way around. And you put it in the center. In the center. And you press it down. And there is your centerpiece. Now, let me show you. That's what, oh, I forgot the most important part. Got to put the lace in the middle. That's okay. We should do it before we glue, before we glue the flowers on. But seeing that we glued the flowers on already, we can still do it. So you take the glue on the top, and we're going to put it right next to the flower. And it goes right down the middle. We're going to put it right down the middle. Right down the middle. I'm so excited about showing you the red one. I did this last night. I was so excited about it. I forgot the other part. But thank you, Holy Spirit, for reminding me. Holy Spirit will remind you, bring back all things to your remembrance. And he sure did. Okay, so you take that glue right down the middle. So it's going to cover that empty space where you may see some white because you did one side at a time. So now you're covering that empty spot and you're filling it with your ribbon, and that's what makes it even more beautiful, the ribbon. Now you take your glue gun and push it down in the middle so it'll go all the way down. And then you're going to lift it up and put it in the middle. Everything in the middle. In the middle. All right. I'm just going in the middle. I've got my glue, my ribbon is on the side. Now I gotta push it down. Push it down so it'll stay. Make sure it stays very good. Okay. Now I'm going on top of the base because you're going all the way around. All the way around. And I'm using my glue gun to push it down in the middle. And I've got things hanging. That's from the glue. All right, and then just going all the way in the middle. Okay. All right. You're going all the way around in the middle. And I chose the yellow lace and pink ribbon to match with the flower. And you're going all the way. So this is good in case you do like I did and forget, you could leave the flower there. You just make sure you're going to cut it. Make sure you measure it because you're going to take it all the way to that flower and cut. You're going to cut it and then glue it. Take it all the way to that flower. So if you make a mistake like I did, it's okay. It's fixable. You don't have to take it all loose. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Push it down with the glue. Okay. Now you're going to do the other side. Lift up that flower there. And you're going to put a little bit of glue on that tip of that flower and put your ribbon there. Now what's good about the spoolo ribbon is two-sided. It's two-sided. I've got glue hanging from my hands. Okay, so that's good about the spoolo ribbon, and it's very long. Now you're working in the middle, working in the middle. Bring that ribbon over the top. Bring that ribbon down. If you have small children, please tune in to Musical Crafts with Miss Juliet. I am planning to do tie-dyeing pretty soon. But take a look at some of the other crafts that I have on there. If you have small children or you have a friend that has small children, um, take a look at it. There's a lot of educational information there. Um, the music helps the children with their motor skills. It helps them to learn better, have a attention span, longer attention span. Um, helps them with their test scores. Like I said, the classical music is great for your mind. Now I'm going to the bottom of the base. I'm going right across this ribbon. And you bring the ribbon right across on top of that ribbon. Right across the top. Okay. And right across the top to the end. And now we're going in that crevice. Going all on top of the base. Going to the center. Use your glue gun to push it down. And then put the glue on your circle part. So you can glue it down. It stuck to my finger. I gotta push it back down. Unravel the ribbon. Okay. All right. I know it's taking a long time, but that's generally tutorials are long. Okay. And then I'm going to show you about I'm going to show you the ruffle. I've already started it. And now I'm going to cut. So I'm going to bring it all the way to that flower. And I'm measuring it so I know where to cut. Bring it all the way to the flower. Now it's complete. That looks even better. There we go. There's your other centerpiece. Now you can use whatever flowers you like. Okay. Now for the ruffle is a little different. I started with the ruffle because that's really what was most available, and so with the ruffle, because it's ruffled, I go underneath. So underneath the lace. Okay. So here you see I've already started it. So now I'm going to do this side. So I start underneath, pull that lace up, and I'm going to start at the bottom so I can get on this side, because I did this side already and I'm going to do this side. So I pull that lace up and go underneath it and start gluing. Okay. So then I take my glue and go on top of I'm going on top of the base, and I'm pushing my ribbon down in there. Like I said, use your glue gun if you have to. And then I'm putting the glue. Oh, I gotta load again. Okay. And it goes on top of the circular part now. Now I'm going all the way. Now pull the lace back and put your glue. Oh, my glue, my stick came out. Get in there. Okay. Okay. All right. Connecting. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, you got to measure because you have to cut. So you measure to the end of where your lace is on the other side. So it stops right here. So that's where I'm going to cut. That's the end of that one. So I'm going to put my glue all the way to the end. So it's when I pull that, it should be underneath, go underneath that glue, that lace. Now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to lift this lace up, lift it up, and I'm going to start my glue right here, because with the ruffle you can't go on top. It won't look right because it'll take away the beauty of what it's creating. I've never done it went on top. So now you're starting, and I'm going underneath there, and it should be right where I started, got these connected. I'm putting it right on top. Now we're going to put it in the middle. Make sure it's in the middle. Okay. pull that lace back so you can put some more glue. And then pull that lace back, put some more glue. Ooh, that's hot, 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 hot. Okay. Now we're gonna get ready to go in that crevice there, all the way to the end. And the ruffle is easier to bend where you can push it down in there. But I still got to make sure it's in the middle. Okay, and then put some more on top of the base to bring it to the end. Now here you want to measure because you're getting ready to cut it. So you're going to, this is where you're going to measure to right there, and that's where you cut it. And then you put the rest of your glue. Okay. Now you're going to go to the other side. You're going to stay right there at the bottom of the base because you're going to do the other side now. And just where you, that's what's left. And that's where you put your glue all the way against that other piece of lace and bring it down. And you're doing the other side. You should still be in the middle. And then you're going to go to the, you're going to the center. You're on top of the base now. And you bring that lace all the way to the center. Now, like I said, with this ruffle, it's easier to bend. Now, but if you need to use your glue gun to push it in there, then do that. Now, lift your lace up, and you're going to go on top of in the center now. Okay. We're almost done. Now, you can measure so you can cut. You're going to go all the way to the top so you can cut that. And then finish gluing. All the way to where the last part of the glue was. In the center, on top, and we're done with the lace. All the way to the where it started. All right. Then you can fold the lace down. That should be able to go flat down, and that you can pull it on top. Now we're going to put the ribbon on top. As soon as I get this glue off my fingers, let's see, where did I put the green? I had green for that one. My green has fun. Well, you remember how we did it. But that's how you do the ruffle. Now, if it doesn't stand, the ruffle, okay, there it is. Now, the flowers I have for that one is roses. I've already, here's my green. I've already put the glue on these. So I've got the roses. So we're going to put the green down the middle, start at the top. So you have to have patience while doing this, because you see it is time consuming, but it's so relaxing also. It is relaxing if you need something to help you relax. Crafting does help you to relax. And you're going to put your glue right in the middle, right in the middle. See where all that white is, because you got your lace on one side and lace on the other side. So you're going to put your glue right there in the middle, and that's where your ribbon is going, right on top in the middle. So that way you can't even see it now. See? You see the, you see it? Now you know. So you put that, and now we gotta go all the way down. And you're gonna go in the crevice there. And you're gonna wanna push it down with your glue gun. And then you're gonna go all up under the bottom. Trying to move some glue out the way. Under the bottom, see, you're still gonna cover up that white with your ribbon. Covering up that white with your ribbon. You can't see that white anymore because you covered it up. Covering up the white all the way down the center. Going all the way down the center. Okay. All the way down the center. Now, you're going to have to stop up here, because we start right back where we started from. So overlap that ribbon, overlap it, and cut. Okay, then finish gluing. Finish gluing. And finish gluing. Overlap. Make sure you overlap it. And bring the glue to the tip of the ribbon. Okay, now we have to glue the other part. Now you're going to start underneath the where the ribbon where you started. So we're going to take lift the lace up, go underneath that lace, put your glue. I need another glue stick. Load it up. You're going to put some glue, put your ribbon on top. Okay, then you can push that ribbon down. Okay. Line your ribbon. Okay. Put your glue. Put your ribbon on top of the glue. Remember, you're covering, you're going down the middle. You may not have a white part in the middle because your lace is right next to each other. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure you go down the middle. You're going down the middle. Down the middle. All the way down the middle to the inside of that base. You're going to have to push that in with your glue gun inside that base. Now let's get my glue stick come out. Okay. Grab that on the ribbon. Put some more glue. Coming to the end of that base now. Now you're at the bottom of the base. Sure. And then you're going to stop at the end because that ruffle should be sticking up. So you're going to measure, go to the end of that. See, this is where the lace is. This is where the lace is. So you're only going to go to right there to the end, and then we're going to cut. Because remember, that's the ruffled one. So we go to the end of that base where it started. And then we're going to push that down. Just burn my finger with the glue. Okay. Now, we're going to start on this side of the base. Put a little bit of glue there. Bring it all the way to the end. Okay, now we're going to go inside. It will be probably more fun once you get all of your materials and you're doing it along with me, and it won't seem like it's taking so long. Because while you're doing it, you really don't think about the time. And I'm looking, it's already been over an hour already, and I didn't really realize. I knew it was over an hour when the music started back over again. Okay, so I'm going to measure all the way to the top where it starts, where that lace is, and I'm going to cut because that's where the ruffle is on the top, so I'm not going to go past there. So I'm going to finish gluing. Glue. And glue. going in the middle. Remember the middle. In the middle. In the middle and all the way to the top. And all the way to the end. Okay. All right. Now, you got glue. Now, what I have prepared for this one, I've got 5. So when you want the tea light in the middle, you're going to need 5 flowers. So the way you do the 5 flowers, you're going to put on the almost like in the middle, because you want that tea light to sit in the middle. So you're going to go all the way around on the top, all the way around, and you're going to bring that flower to like the middle part, and you're going to press almost the middle and press, because you want to leave room for the tea light candle. Okay, and blow to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so I'm doing it instead of you could do it right next to each other, side by side. And blow. Press and blow. It might slide around, but you hold it in place. It's not ready yet. Some takes longer to dry than others, depending on how much glue you put. Remember, when you take the flowers off, you cut that little base off where it'll be just about flat. So you put that little bit of glue to make sure the flower stays in place, the whole flower. Okay, then you put your other flower. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If there's a craft that you would like to see, please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you. It's my first time using roses. I've always only used the poinsettias because I, started it during the Christmas holiday. So I'm, trying it out with different flowers to see how it works out. I'll put one on top. I'm finished with my glue gun, so I'm going to unplug my glue gun so it can start cooling off. Now these are very, very fragile because it is plastic. So you don't want anything heavy around it, near it, especially if you're packing it. You've got to be very careful packing it. You might want to put it in its own box. And then if it appears to be rocky, you might want to bend the base. Okay, and then you take your tea light candle, pull that little paper that's in it out, and now it'll turn on. And you put your tea light candle in the middle. And it's actually hard to see it because of the flowers. But when you have it sitting in front of you, it is beautiful. But anyway, this is the tutorial for the floral centerpieces. Whether you like to have it with the tea light or without the tea light. Thank you for joining me with Musical Crafts tutorial. I will be coming again with more craft tutorials. Another one that I will be doing is a candy wreath. I'll be doing that one coming up soon and showing you the different variety of candy wreaths you can make and how I do it. And thank you for joining me. And hope to see you again. Please tell others about it, share it with others. Um, if you want to place an order with me, you don't have time to make them yourself, but you have a special occasion coming up or a holiday, weddings or birthdays or anniversaries or holidays, and you want a variety of these made, you can email me at musicalcrafts with Miss Juliet at gmail.com. And and you can let me know what colors you want, and we can discuss it then when I get your email. Um, please tell family and friends about Musical Crafts with Miss Juliet educational program. Um, I will be doing the. I'm planning to do the tie dye soon. Um, but there are some up there already. You can learn about the elephant, the octopus, caterpillar, uh, butterflies. Um, so just take a look and see what you all can learn together with your children. Thank you again for joining me with Musical Crafts tutorials. And please subscribe. Um, and hit the notification bell so when I've got another one up here, you won't miss any of them. And thank you for all my subscribers so far. And please tell someone else about it. Thank you again. Hope to see you soon. Hope you come and join me soon. Thank you.